Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A West Fargo police officer is now facing a charge of suspicion of DUI after authorities say he drove recklessly and got stuck in a snowbank. Officials say it happened around 9 Sunday night when West Fargo Patrol Sergeant Ryan Dennis got his car stuck in a snowbank. Police were dispatched on a report of reckless driving in the area of 19th Avenue East and Beaton Drive. Dennis was eventually arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence. Sergeant Dennis has been reassigned to desk duty while the investigation continues. A Grand Forks man is facing terrorizing and assault charges after court records state he pointed a gun at a woman Saturday. Grand Forks police say they were called to the 2000 block of 22nd Street on a report of a domestic incident involving a firearm. Court documents claim 25-year-old Andrew Wachter pointed a firearm at a woman and repeatedly pulled her hair, creating an injury on her head. Wachter is now facing charges of terrorizing and simple assault domestic violence in Grand Forks County. A structural issue caused a 2-hour early dismissal today for Bagley Public Schools. In a Facebook post, the district says they were dismissed early as a safety precaution for the kids because of a structural issue at the elementary school. Valley News Live has reached out to the school for more details, but have yet to hear back. A little tough to see below zero temps today, but it doesn't sound like we'll be here for very long. Hutch, the evening hours, though, are looking frigid.
Yes, indeed they are. We're well below zero. Many areas staying below zero all day, and very cold temperatures to start the day as well. And speaking of snowfall totals, record-setting for Grand Forks and Fargo for the month and for the season so far, approaching 60 inches of snow in Grand Forks. I got to tell you, temperatures this morning were as cold as the 30s below. We do have a few clouds in our southern counties as we head into the evening hours, and those clouds are going to stay mainly to the south. So where we're clear, we're going to be colder. Wind chill advisory for most of our counties, and another round of winter on the way. Winter weather advisories for our southwest counties. In Fargo, we'll quickly slip down into the mid-teens, below zero by bedtime. It'll be even colder than that in Grand Forks as we will approach 20 to 25 below in northern Minnesota for the overnight hours. Snow is in your Tuesday forecast. I'll have hour-by-hour details on what your commute is going to look like both to and from work and school here in a minute.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
People south of 52nd and west of the drain, it's going to be a pretty long summer, unfortunately.
Some bad news for drivers. This year, construction season in the valley is starting early. About a mile and a half of 52nd Avenue is closing this Friday. For more details on the road closure, we turn to Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall, who's live in the studio for us. Veronica?
Andrea, from 45th Street to 63rd Street, 52nd Avenue will be closed for construction as of this Friday, and it's not going to fully reopen until the end of October. City engineers tell me while the construction will be a headache for drivers, in the end, it will be worth the wait. When the project wraps up, it'll be a 4-lane roadway with a median and bike trails on both sides of the road. It'll also feature safer ways for drivers to make left turns. But until then, drivers are going to have to take a 3-mile detour up 45th to 40th Avenue and then hit Veterans from there. And that's not all. Other summer construction projects are also expected to put drivers in an even bigger bind.
There's our project. There's the Cheyenne Street project there's a new one coming down to 40th Avenue. And then Horace actually has a project on County 17 at 76th Avenue.
Engineers suggest planning your route ahead of time, leaving early, and plenty of patience. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Veronica. Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we talk to a business along the construction's path about how it could impact their bottom line. Today, a Wisconsin woman accused of attempting to shoot a Minnesota state trooper is sentenced to 19 years in prison. Officials say 31-year-old Melody Gray was sentenced in Clay County District Court on 1 felony count of first-degree attempted murder of a peace officer and 1 felony count of possession of a firearm by a felon. Gray pleaded guilty to both counts in January. A 3rd count has been dismissed. Gray received credit for 358 days spent in jail. 1 man is in jail and an officer is recovering after a reported burglary turned into a car chase in the metro. Authorities have identified the suspect as 30-year-old Dustin Swears of Fargo. It started this morning just before 1 on the outskirts of West Fargo when police say Swears broke into a home and stole a car. The homeowner was there at the time. He was then chased through Fargo and into Moorhead. During the chase, Swears hit multiple squad cars, injuring a deputy. That deputy, we're told, is expected to be okay. Swears was arrested around 4 a.m. at 5th Street South and Brook Avenue. He was taken to the Clay County Jail for fleeing a police officer, assault on an officer, and criminal damage to property. He could face more charges in Cass County. A judge has ordered a Minnesota man to serve 10 years for attacking a priest in Animus in a dispute over a woman last January. 43-year-old Chad Laguerre was sentenced to 13 years with 3 suspended, followed by 5 years of supervised probation when he's released from prison. Last November, Laguerre entered an Alford plea to a charge of attempted murder in the attack on Father Robert Wapensky. Investigators say Laguerre tried to strangle Wapensky with some computer speaker wire. Laguerre will also have to pay more than $900 in restitution. We're learning more tonight about a death investigation at a South Fargo home. Police are saying they do not believe foul play is involved. Crews were called to the 1800 block of 30th Avenue in South Fargo last Friday on a report of a man dead after a possible fire. Officials say the homeowner left their house under the care of that man, who was found dead when the homeowner arrived home from vacation. At this time, fire investigators say there's evidence of a minor fire inside the house, but there's no external damage. It's not known at this time if the cause of death is related to the fire. President Donald Trump has embarked on a trip to Vietnam for a second sit-down summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The president says the goal of the summit is to work toward the denuclearization of North Korea. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Trump departed Washington for Hanoi, Vietnam, ahead of a second summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
I think we can have a very good summit. I think we'll have a very tremendous summit.
President Trump has a primary goal for the meeting.
We want denuclearization.
While the North Koreans have not conducted missile tests for the past 400 days, Trump administration officials acknowledge getting North Korea to give up its nuclear program will be a slow process.
We've always known this would take time and it would be a step forward and slower than the world has demanded.
Trump administration officials also acknowledge that North Korea so far has not taken concrete steps towards denuclearization. Some lawmakers worry President Trump could give up too much ground without getting much back.
We could run the risk that Kim is given concessions which are not accompanied by real concessions that the United States is receiving in return.
Lawmakers and regional experts are especially concerned about a potential drawdown of U.S. troops stationed in South Korea. But the president says that won't happen.
Is drawing down U.S. troops a consideration in your upcoming summit with North Korean Kim Jong-un?
No, it's not. That is not one of the things on the table.
The summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is expected to last 1 to 2 days. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is traveling by train to Vietnam. His train began its journey on Saturday, according to state media. If you are shopping for a vehicle online, beware. The Better Business Bureau is warning of bogus auto dealer websites, including one claiming to be located in Fargo that scammed people out of thousands of dollars over the past month. Here's what you should look out for. Watch out for red flags like unrealistic low prices on vehicles, or if the scammers insist you communicate with the dealer. Make sure the dealer is licensed to sell cars and other motor vehicles. And the BBB urges you not to wire money for an online car purchase. If you have lost money in a deal like this, alert your bank immediately. Cardi B is coming to Minneapolis this summer. The Target Center says the Grammy-winning rap superstar will perform on July 27th. Tracks like I Like It and Bodak Yellow have dominated the charts. Tickets are slated to go on sale March 1st. Prices range from $50 to $125. For more information on that, you can go to our website, valleynewslive.com.